Love it or leave it. The underdog's on top, and you can either agree or disagree with her. But either way, the tribe is all here. This is a tribe called Jess. You can call the show anytime at 855-77-WYLDE. That's 855-779-9533.
And I got a tribe in here tonight. We're back on a guest role. I got Jason back in the house.
What's going on?
Who's supposed to be here next week and is now abandoning me for my birthday. That's okay. My birthday's special, but I'll dog him the entire show. And I have the much better looking person.
I feel terrible.
Gabriella is here.
Hi, everybody.
Gabby, how would you like us to refer to you tonight?
I understand Gabby's shorter. I'll give you a pass.
I love the name Gabrielle.
Gabriella is my
Gabriella.
preference, but if you want to call me Gabby, that's fine.
Gabriella or Gabby?
Gabriella.
Gabriella.
Got it.
I'm going neither.
That's
I'm
one
like
of my
Gabs.
favorite. That's one of my top three
consideration.
names. I named all my dogs because I knew I wouldn't have kids. What I would have named my girls. So Bella, Isabella, and Gabriella.
Oh, I didn't know.
And
that you
I
a
had
dog
Coco
named
Chanel
Gabriella.
just because her middle name was Gabriella.
Coco Chanel.
Isn't that crazy? Right? And I have Frank the Tank, Frankie Diaz, and I have Julio July Diaz in the house. And our amazing person running the show back there, Johnny Caniford, who is the absolute best. And, of course, my lifer, Jeff, who makes all this possible and happen. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Good. So guys,
Good.
it is now a week and a half till my birthday.
I know. I'm so
A week
nervous.
and a half of
What's
life.
the move?
What's the move? I don't think I'm going to work the night before TCB fights, which is coming up the 23rd. And then I think we'll do a big brunch somewhere crazy.
Usually she has a plan, tells me everything detail. I'm nervous. I haven't heard much.
I know.
I will do the brunch. I promise that.
It might be in DC, Jason.
I
Might have to
will
branch
do that.
out.
I will do that.
Make sure you have
2
your
mile
passport.
radius,
Make
you
sure you
ain't
get your
got
passport
it.
ready so you can come to
Real
DC,
ID.
buddy.
Bring your easy pass.
You said passport ready so you can come to DC. That's funny. Oh, what a weekend we had. Oh, Jessica got fucked up. And I loved every minute. And we had the best time at Flash DC for the new Androids Collective. Gabriella was there with us. Jason bailed, of course. And Julio and Frankie and our many
terrible.
friends. Oh, I'm going to dog
Oh,
on
yeah, we
you.
danced the night away.
We danced the night away. You missed on a good time. You missed me super hammered.
There were times I was getting goosebumps. That's how good the music was.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jason. I got like
I almost
200 photos
cried
that you
at
can
one
go
point.
through just to see how
Shout
the night
out,
was.
shout out to Flash A. Always just Flash is the best.
Flash is
Great
the best.
party. Great
It
party.
literally is the best.
Best club in DC.
I would arguably, it's always been my fave. I've gone pretty much day one. I think it's different. You got Echo, which is on a big scale, and then you have Flash, which is
Flash.
I love Echo. They're my friends, and
they're great.
I love Flash.
There's a reason he's the master of the universe.
And shout out to New Androids for bringing it in hot with their DJs. Lance, big shout out. He killed it. Every time I see him now, he just levels up. And I'm super proud of him. I talked to him this week. I'm going to send him the videos I took.
He has a single coming out today or tomorrow. It's called Fake It.
Fake It, I think, is coming out.
Sounds sexy.
I will share his Instagram handle.
Sounds like a
Follow
woman's
him.
orgasm. Fake it.
Oh my God.
That's you guys' fault, not ours.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Shots fired for sure. Learn how to do it right, and we wouldn't have to fake it.
I thought it was a race.
That's funny.
Totally
win
kidding.
every
Not a
time.
race.
Totally kidding.
And you win every time? So you're not emasculated?
Undefeated.
Oh, at least you show up for something. Anyway.
Happy birthday, Jessica. Happy
know.
birthday month.
Can I get a scoreboard up there?
Yes, ma'am.
Jessica
that was
3.
it.
But also, so normally at Flash, it's like this, 4 o'clock hour and nothing. Yeah, it's not that it's bad. Never bad. It's just, dude, it was hot from minute one. You got there 15 minutes after me, and a lady, Diane, and that is literally her name, on Instagram. She works for New Androids as their marketing person. She had never DJ'd in public, was the opener, and dude, she fucking killed it. I mean, when I'm praising her, I'm just like, unbelievable. Did you miss her?
Yeah, I got there. We got there about an hour into the. Yeah, we got there about 5:30.
Yeah.
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 But and you said best looking crowd. It was a great looking crowd.
It was.
A lot of hotties out.
Bro, it was
A lot of hot
pouring.
gays.
Yeah, it was bad.
pouring,
Weather was terrible.
and it was sold out, and everybody showed up.
It was packed 4 to 9. So had a
Good looking
blast.
crowd.
And then we're going to throw a party here May 3rd with DJ Will Grayley,
Yeah,
who we
that's
all
right.
know from DC, Arlington. And he goes out of town. He's awesome. It's going to be a 90s club throwback all the way into modern day. It's going to be a really good time. And we have Dan Gray opening, providing support for him. So it's going to be a super, super fun night. So mark your calendars, May 3rd. Make sure you make it out here to the Salisbury Center. And you can get the tickets on getwild.com as well as tables on the website too, Jeff.
Yeah, they got to do the VIP registration form to contact us.
There you go, guys.
Just like at Echo Stage.
Yeah.
Stole that idea from them.
They
Well,
want
there
to
you
vet
go.
you first. Make sure your vibes are going to be on point.
Yeah, send pictures, please. No, I'm kidding. I am
Preferably nudes.
kidding. News.
With only a fanny pack on. Because it's 90s.
Only fanny pack. Yeah, I like that. That's
And a
kind of sexy.
scrunchie.
That's a good OnlyFans idea, which we're getting back into. Anybody listening, I know some of you tried to call in last week and you couldn't, but or you couldn't get through, or we weren't on the subject yet. So please call in if you are listening. And that is a good OnlyFans pick idea. Fanny pack.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for. They should be paying you, babe. They should be paying you.
For some of us, it has to be a mini pack.
Shut the fuck up. And next Wednesday, don't forget, we are doing my pre-birthday
That's
special.
right. 2 hours special for
And
your birthday.
we have a lot of our favorite guests that have been here and that I get feedback from all the time. We have Patterson, we have Lauren, possibly Jason. We're not sure yet. We have a surprise guest that might pop in. Who else? We have Ron Morris, who I love. I left him out of the list last time. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Ron.
he's coming.
Surprise.
We have Finky, Megan, and we have Millie coming in, and we are drinking.
And our favorite guest, alcohol.
And our favorite guest alcohol with no shots. No shots.
0 shots.
Thank
Okay.
God.
That
Could
was
you-
terrible.
That was the worst idea ever.
Every topic changed.
Well, this
That
past
was-
Saturday, I told Jessica I wasn't drinking for a while, so yeah.
You're drinking on the show.
I said we're not drinking anymore. We
my
made a vow
birthday.
to each other on Saturday.
Okay.
I didn't say
no,
that.
sorry, not Saturday. Sunday morning.
I didn't say that. I woke up. So we always all of us stay at our friend Alex's house, and it's my cousin's boyfriend. So we go there. I wake up the next morning, and I'm laying on the couch, and I'm like, Frankie, I know you live in Maryland, but you need to drive my car home. Like, I am unwell. And I was unwell. So Julio, Frankie, and I did a movie day. I'm like, you guys can't leave me. I am not okay.
Jessica was like, Frankie, you have any plans? Like, whatever you do, I'll pay you to come hang out. Dude,
Just
she was
chill.
Literally.
And I was like, Jess, I'll come through. I don't have nothing to do.
So we stop at the Exxon, and Frankie goes in, and I'll let you take the story from there. He got me food from McDonald's.
Yeah, so I always wear my tribe gear, right? So I go in there. She wants her, what is that thing that you're supposed
vape.
The vape. She wants a vape because she lost her vape.
From
Like, she couldn't
McDonald's?
find it.
No. I had
Yeah, the
this is
chicken
an
McNugget vape is the best seller right now.
Right.
Vape, not
McDonald's hit me up like have
McDonald's.
$1 million idea for you right now. Yeah.
McDonald's, you want to sponsor?
There you go.
I'll give you my vape idea right
So
there.
she's like, let's go into the Exxon that I always go to. She goes, and get me this one, whatever brand. And I'm like, that's fine. So I leave her in the car with her big bag. She's got the McDonald's food on her. Like, dude,
Probably
her
passed
glasses,
out.
Her glasses
I couldn't
on,
even function.
Her
And this
glasses
is
on
the
and
next
her hoodie
day.
over her head. Just like stuff on top of her,
Dead.
just
Dead.
dead there. So I go in there and I'm like, do you have this? You have that? She's like, no, we only have this. And I'm like, well, you know what? I don't know if she wants it. She's like, is your girlfriend in the car? I was like, yeah, my homegirl's over there. Let me go ask her, right? And I was like, she's like, I was like, oh, and I looked at my shirt. I was like, oh yeah. She's like, we have a podcast together. She's over there. She's Jess from the podcast. He was like, oh, you guys have a podcast? I was like, yeah, like you should check it out. And right there, he pulls out his phone, right? He subscribes right there. Aww. And I was like, well, let me go ask her if this is what she wants. So I go there and Jessica's like, yeah, that's fine. So when I'm doing that, he comes outside, right? And I was like, I don't know if he thought I was gonna steal the thing or whatever. He gets close to the car. He's like, "Hey, is that Jessica?" That literally pushes me out of the way to see her there. And Jessica's just laying
I'm like,
there.
McDonald's literally on my chest, egg like falling. I mean, just a hot
Sunglasses on, hood up,
mess.
chilling.
Like when you have to ask your best friend, like you're willing to pay for him to stay. I'm like, can you just? I was unwell, but it was worth every minute.
Well, you had a blast.
Oh, I had a blast. Oh, I'm not apologizing for how fucked
yeah.
up I was. I do not care. I had fun, and I don't go out with people that are complainers the next day anymore. So
So do you get an autograph?
I know, dude, like,
he was probably like, "This does not look like the girl in this."
You sure that's her, bro?
well, the thing is that he puts on the episode and you could hear her voice. And, as
Yeah.
soon as she hears her voice, he's like, "Hey, I hear my voice." And then he
did.
hears her. And so he goes in there.
It was funny. That was cute. And then I had to recap. So I was talking to Nico, my son, I think it was late last week. And Nico goes, something. I said, "Oh, are you guys going to come on the podcast still? I have to make space for you because he's home." And he's like, "No, I think my friends just, maybe we're just feeling it that day and blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Why? Is everything okay?" He's like, "Oh, yeah. I was like, "They must like it, He's like, "Yeah." And they sexualize you.
Oh.
So remember we talked about that? And
Yeah.
you said, I said, "Nico, Frankie actually asked me that on a show."
I remember that episode.
Yeah. And so I said, if you listen tonight, I don't know if he is or not. He's, probably out and about. But I was like, call in. But he's like, I was like, "Are you mad?" He's like, no, not at all. But, obviously they're making more comments than I say.
Let's be
Nico,
honest.
if you are
Yeah.
listening, hi.
Oh, she loves Nico. Everyone
you're
loves
doing
Nico.
well at school.
Nico's a good boy.
Nico's such a good boy.
He is such a good boy. Gabby's known Nico a while and Frankie, so Jeff kind of. Gabby saw my son more than I did this summer. You saw
this
him a
past
lot
summer,
because
yeah.
he was out on the
On the
boats and
boats.
stuff. Yeah. So, but tonight, so let's move on because I want to talk about OnlyFans because I felt like we didn't wrap this discussion at all. We kind of got through
And
the
there will be.
statistics of things. I think we could keep going and going and going.
So we're wrapping it today.
Well, we're
And
gonna
then tapping it.
and tap.
Always wrap it before you tap
And
it.
I wanted to get a girl from OnlyFans on here,
Sorry, that girl's
That's why
not me.
Gabby's here.
and it's not Gabby.
But if it were, how much would you pay? You didn't finish your sentence earlier.
Yeah, Jason.
How much would I pay for a
You
subscription?
said you would subscribe. That was the first thing you said. Is this the girl from OnlyFans? I would subscribe. How much?
Solid,
know.
like it's based upon the content, right? But if it's
No,
good,
it's a subscription price, and then you can-
$19.95.
Wow.
That's pretty good, actually.
No
That's a
taxes.
The
good
average
monthly
starting
price.
on
So call
OnlyFans
them
is $11 a subscription. So to pay $19.95 is good.
got you.
I would start my shit
You're
at 50.
very pretty in person.
Thank you. Not in photos, but in person.
Definitely not in photos.
No.
Definitely
You
not.
saw the ones of me at Flash?
I actually, this is the first time I've ever seen you. I would just imagine that you're not that pretty in photos.
I'm not.
Totally
It's
fucking
okay,
with
I'm
you.
not.
Photos don't do you
That's
justice.
why I
Totally
can't
fucking
do
with
OnlyFans. I'm not
Our guests are
photogenic.
never coming back, Jason.
Well, I mean, you
It's
can
okay.
just focus on
But
the
I keep
lives.
bringing Jason back because he's funny. And he provides me with humor. So let's start back with, would you date someone with OnlyFans? Because I kind of think that went round robin. And would you?
Yeah.
You would date a guy from OnlyFans
Yeah, I would date a guy who had OnlyFans. I'm not the jealous type.
prior or during your relationship? You wouldn't care?
Yeah, okay. Ooh. If it's during the relationship, I think my boundary might be, well, see, but then that would make me an OnlyFans girl.
That he could only do you.
Yeah.
Like if you, but a lot of girls have just
A
like
lot of girls do
content,
that.
do
and
themselves.
they do it with their boyfriend.
Or and you can do a paywall that see me give my boyfriend a.
Thinking.
Right.
Frankie is thinking right
so,
now.
I mean, I guess if I were dating a guy from OnlyFans, it might become like a joint OnlyFans. I don't know.
And you would do that. I'm not judging. Trust me, no judgment.
Okay, here's the other boundary that I would have to have is, and I've actually, when OnlyFans first came out, I thought about this. Makeup that just obscures your features in a way that nobody can really see who you are.
Gabby,
unless they
nobody
knew your
has that
birthmark.
hair. The last time I've seen hair this long was
Oh, God.
Crystal Gale back in the late 70s, early 80s. It's gorgeous. I'm not criticizing, but you
I mean,
can't
I guess I
obscure.
would have to like put on a wig. I don't know.
There you go. That's
So
kinky.
If I so if I could stay anonymous, I would be
Yeah.
more inclined.
You won't make money. I've
Right.
done every single bit of research for the
because
show
it's a
on this.
parasocial relationship. So.
I mean, you will make money. And a guy who managed 4 OnlyFans girls said that his biggest earner was a girl that would do almost, but then not, like the tease. He said she
Yeah.
was the biggest earner out of all 4 or 5 of them, which I found interesting.
Okay, so actually, a friend of mine and I have an appointment next Saturday to get together for lunch and create or see how feasible it is to create AI avatars and make porn and then do that on OnlyFans, because there are some really
they do that.
lucrative
I mean, I've heard of that before.
AI model channels on OnlyFans. They'll make like
That's all
$10,000 a month. So actually, I do have plans.
That's actually a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do
or
you guys
there's-
think of that? An AI OnlyFans, creating the avatars. Jeff, have an opinion? I guess it's big on OnlyFans right now.
Boring.
Exactly. I was thinking
No
the same
way.
thing.
It
Just
wouldn't
keep
do anything
pushing
for
it to
me.
like
And
actually
Jeff, hold on.
hook
I
up.
don't want to get
Yeah.
too far off topic, but we'll come back to it. Why boring?
Yeah.
I don't want to see AI.
Yeah, but what if you can get a girl to have like, okay, and this is horrible, but what if you can do like 2 dicks in the pussy and do?
That already happens in real life.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you just gotta Google
what
it.
percentage of OnlyFans creators are doing hardcore stuff like that?
Well, if you want to see that, you just go
You
to
just have
one
to-
of the
yeah.
the hub.
Pornhub or whatever.
yeah,
the
okay.
But hold on. OnlyFans girls do have paywalls,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
unless you're paying the $100 to see that
Right,
video or whatever,
right.
I don't know if we really know how much of that.
I would
goes
rather
on.
see a less attractive real person than like
Yeah.
a hot
Crazy
chick
AI,
what
that's
if I
doing
make
like
my
crazy
AI
hentai
avatar
porn.
average looking? She's just doing crazy shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not about what they're doing. It's
The
about
basic bitch.
you might run into this person on the street. Is what makes that more exciting.
But how would you know? What if you can't tell?
Well, that's what he's saying. It's more exciting to possibly run into somebody
So
than
exactly
AI.
the same with the concept of what the guy said, who had the 4 girls and the one that did more teasing, like almost did everything, like maybe held something up to her but didn't do it all the way. She made the most money because the guys like the tease. So the same
it's the reason
concept.
if you've ever been to a strip club,
I have of
all the
course.
guys are trying to
I
get
was not a
the
stripper, but I
waitresses
was
to
in.
to get up and strip.
Yeah,
Because
you're
they're
right.
already seeing all the other girls, but they want to see
trying?
the
Who
person
has
that they're
their
not
clothes
allowed
on.
to see.
Yep.
Correct. Jason,
Very
would you, since you weren't here last week, would you date a girl from OnlyFans?
I would.
Would you continue to be cool with her having an OnlyFans while you're together?
To me, it has to do with where her energy's going. Obviously, OnlyFans is going to be a business aspect of it. I know 1 or 2 women that have OnlyFans and make great amount of money. So for me, it would be, what do they do with that? Like, are you investing into real estate? Are you setting yourself up for a future?
Well, it's
with
their
the money?
job.
It's their job.
What are you doing with your money? Half the people I know with their money don't do shit anyway.
Right.
So why
Well-
does that? I don't understand why that's a stipulation.
Because to me, it's something where you can capitalize on a maximum amount of income in a
Sure.
very short period of time. So me personally, I'm putting a lot of my money back into investments, real estate, things like that.
Okay, let's take that part out. But would you just, yes or no, let her to keep having her OnlyFans if she was making great money and investing in it into the agreed things you wanted to invest in?
Yeah. As long as I feel comfortable with the energy that she could provide me, yes.
What is it? What does that mean? I'm being
A
honest. I'm not
in
being,
it for
you're
the
fine.
vibes.
Yeah, a relationship.
Yeah.
Like it just because you do those things, and I wouldn't mind helping you do those things along with other people, that's fine. But as long as we can do the relationship things, go out to dinner, spend time together, cuddle, like
Yeah.
you have time where you're not working, you put your phone down, it's us time.
I watched
wouldn't have a
the-
problem
I
with
think
it.
as long as that doesn't just define her. She's not the only fan. That's
Bingo.
it.
Bingo.
Yeah,
She's not just a
that's
smoking hot whatever
She's not
that I
He's
defined
not
by
dating the
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans persona. He's actually has a relationship with the rest of her.
Yeah, a business
Okay.
mogul, a very smart, attractive woman, a business savvy woman, like something like that. If that's
Someone who washes their feet after wearing sandals all day.
please,
I have washed
This
my
is
feet after
now.
wearing sandals
This
all
is
day
now
in the
like
sink
6
countless
times.
times.
6 times. I think we brought it up. We'll never live that story down. Ever.
But
He
somebody
brought
in
it
this
up.
room does.
Normally, I bring the story up. You brought it up.
I mean, they're not bad, but I don't have one, you know. So
Would you
but I
do?
would
Would you do an OnlyFans?
I don't think I have the body or the clientele for it yet, but I wouldn't not. I mean,
said
at this
women
point,
Love
no.
dad bods.
I don't have.
I don't
one of
think
those.
he owns a gym. He doesn't have a dad bod.
I can't tell what you look
Well,
like
that's
under
what he's
there.
saying. He doesn't have that dad body.
Jason, you need
What
to
body?
take
If
it
you
off.
own a gym, then what body do you not
Time
have?
out, guys. Time out. So I think I appreciate what you're saying, but the same discussion we had on would you date someone with porn, I think once in it, I think OnlyFans would be easier. I think it takes a very special person to be able to actually do it. It's easy to be the outsider looking in saying, yeah, I'd be cool with that.
I get to fuck a porn star. It's
Until
great.
it actually happens and she's sitting there chatting with guys because that's how she's made her money. And she's making, some girls make $100,000 a month just off chatting.
Yeah.
And she's saying, oh, baby, put it in me. I'm not going to be that explicit. But, and you're sitting there, watching your nightly TV together and it might not feel as good. So I think we make broad statements. I think it would be actually harder.
My answer is no. I wouldn't do it.
No.
Yeah.
No, because it's like I think it's exciting to think about it, but like she said, if it's always all the time, it's like I like going to strip clubs. I don't want to be in a strip club every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I
I do.
like the fantasy, like the voyeurism, right? The being able to escape from your daily stuff and then going back to your regular life.
But Frankie, would you if like a girl came along that you met and at one time she had an OnlyFans, didn't have it now, or had it but said, "Hey, I love you, I'll stop." Would that be a problem with you that she had one in the past?
No,
Their content's already
Yeah.
out there.
No. I
Yeah,
mean, your
I don't-
past is your past.
A lot. So I went on to TikTok, and a lot of guys, especially, were saying, you're not a wholesome girl. You're not going to get a high value man. And I'm like, let's go ring round robin with this one again. I'm like, I go back every time, even though I understand. I'm not so stupid to think like how people think, right?
Yeah.
Sexual content, sexual anything is judged different in this country, right? We say one thing and we act another.
Yeah.
Men are willing to pay for it, sexualize us. But then if we monetize it, I go back to that statement by that girl, then we're the problem. We're not going to get a high value man. Like, what?
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense. And look, and I do understand, like, if somebody's doing hardcore porn, but still, you can't judge one and not the other, right? I'm a fair dealer. And it's like body count. Character and, the value of someone doesn't come from that. A girl could have never done OnlyFans, even more bikini, and more a full one-piece bathing suit, and still cheat on you if that's the content of her character.
Well, that says a lot about you if you're concerned about that. That's like you as a guy asking her if your dick is bigger or if you're better in bed than you're an ex. Like, why are you even thinking about the previous dudes?
The past is the past.
Yeah,
Don't live there.
I wouldn't go be like, oh, let me see her content and OnlyFans, what she was doing. I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
that's out there. I don't need to
but
see
you
it.
would. So you're saying you wouldn't even watch? Like you'd be okay if she had done it in the past.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it, but I wouldn't
I
be
would.
like pressed to go watch
Oh,
it.
see, I'd be pressed.
Yeah.
I
I'd
mean,
probably,
yeah, whatever. I mean, that,
Movie night.
that's fine. That excites
Maybe
you,
let's
that's
watch
fine.
you on the big screen.
I don't dare. If
The
he-
voyeurism aspect, like what you mentioned earlier, I would live in a strip club because that's my favorite. I just want to watch.
I love
she's
strip
not
clubs,
real.
but I wouldn't.
She's not real.
I exist.
I like strip
AI.
clubs. I don't think I would be in one every day.
No.
I would.
I hear where she's coming from because I can literally say I would be there every day because I've been there.
Every day.
Every weekend.
And it's like after a
It gets-
while.
No, it was a week.
It's like going
It was a
to.
week.
I like when I pull out of clubs for a month and I don't go out, and then it's so much better going back in.
Yeah, or it's like having your favorite food
Correct.
all the time. It's like you get tired of it.
I'd be sick
No
of a
way.
dude.
I could eat croquetas every day. Every day.
Just hit
and never
crickets?
get tired.
Croquetas.
No, croquetas.
Croquetas. What is that?
Okay, I got to
favorite
stop
food.
that. So, anyway, now I've lost my train of thought.
We'll discuss that on our OnlyPans
Holy
website.
shit.
Yeah.
The cooking segment for
You guys can write a cooking podcast and do that.
Oh,
be
you had
awesome.
mentioned about like how
I just
when they monetize it, guys get upset. You were
Get penalized.
well, and then also considering
Penalized.
69% of the users are men. Of that,
Yeah, it
most
is.
are white, heterosexual, married men.
And you said bisexual,
pansexual
too.
and bisexual.
Which
yeah,
is interesting.
So but they're mostly married, which brings up the other question I researched. Do you consider man or woman being a user on OnlyFans? But let's just go with men because that's the easier question to ask. Cheating, and I'll give you the thought process of what came back.
So OnlyFans is in, that's their job. Is that considered cheating?
No, meaning you
You're
and I are
married.
married, and you have an OnlyFans.
okay.
You're watching some girl, or I have an OnlyFans and I'm watching some dude.
You're subscribed. Is that cheating?
that
to
cheating?
subscribe?
you being a customer watching somebody. You know,
So it's tough because you're paying for a service, just like porn. but it's interactive. So I would say
Right.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
parasocial.
Exactly. You're finding some sort of satisfaction, not just like in the moment, but you're texting and it's back and
Correct.
forth. So I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you subscribe together, unless it's an activity that you do together. Like if I were dating somebody and they were subscribed
Yeah.
to
Well, that's
OnlyFans,
not. Then that would be a mute point.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
that's-
be cheating.
that would be a
it's-
really cool
cheating is when
relationship.
you're doing something privately, and then you're
Right.
doing it behind your partner's back.
by
What do you
omission.
think, Frankie?
I mean, when you broke it down like that, I mean, you are interacting with somebody, right? It could be live. You're texting. I mean, I don't know why would I find the need to do that though? If I'm
I
a
agree.
woman?
I mean, look, people do what they do, but I don't know. Ask better questions about someone's sexual appetite before you get in a relationship is my advice.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Because-
also
Discuss
the
that stuff.
taboo of it. A lot of people just chase that little bit of thrill and they think it's innocent enough if I can satisfy my thrill this way, and then I don't end up actually physically.
But I think it's all cheating still.
But I
Yeah.
think if
Because eventually it all
you're
builds up,
no,
like,
no,
the
I'm not.
thrill.
I'm not debating that at all. I also think it's cheating too, but that's probably their thought process, like Jess said.
It's innocent. I'm not
yeah,
doing
I'm
anything.
not
It's
touching
little.
you. I'm
I
not
don't know
touching
them.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do think if I go back to this, communication with your partner, easier said than done, asking better questions about relationship up front, because if your man is and you're vice versa are killing it in the bedroom or whatever you guys do in terms of what you guys do together, then you don't have that need, trust me.
Well, don't they say women cheat emotionally first before they do physically?
100%.
yeah.
So that's,
I would
mean,
much
still cheating.
rather
cheating.
if I tell a guy friend tells me, "Oh yeah, I found this girl and they were bonding, but they haven't hooked up." I'm like, "You're extra fucked. You would have been better off if she had slept with him and that was it."
Right.
Like she's done. Once a girl checks out like that, 99.9% they're done.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot for a woman to go and have an emotional affair.
Because
a
people
lot.
usually say cheating is when the physical act is done.
No.
But it's not like you
Emotional
just
does more damage.
It does, a lot of times it starts with like a conversation.
I mean-
then you're talking, then they're texting, they're saying stuff.
It's a
You know?
week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
2 months, 4 months, not just one.
Once that
hookup.
emotional bond is created, I mean, for a woman to go outside, and I'm just talking high level, of course.
Yes.
It does take a lot because women want to keep things together. Most women do, and for them, if they're going out and banging, usually that's
been over for a
that's
while.
kind of a character flaw. If they're going out and bonding with someone emotionally, they are starved for attention at home. They are starved. It doesn't make it right. I do
Oh,
not.
no, yeah, we're not talking about right or wrong.
I do not condone betrayal. Betrayal is dirty.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I know.
May I? I wouldn't say necessarily that they're starved for attention at home. They might just be completely done with it. And I know from previous experience, there was no starvation there. Like it was there. It was just the other half was just over it. There was no saving it.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Could be
something.
either or.
Something, I mean, in any relationship, not just yours,
Yeah.
mine too. So I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. But something's leading up to that. Something's the ball is dropping along the way. And that's why I think Frankie and I talk about this, about our next relationships, intentional, paying attention. Everything has to be so intentional.
Yeah.
Even a relationship is more about the biggest decision I think of are buying a house. Even kids,
Yep.
because kids are going to leave your nest.
Well, there's economic indicators about the importance of relationships where the person that you choose to marry impacts your overall earning potential over the course of your entire
100%.
lifetime. And that even includes if you've gotten divorced. Like,
I think it impacts a lot of things because if you have a partner that's extremely narcissistic or doesn't believe in your dreams, because dreams are dreams, right? And sometimes dreams seem out of reach, and that's not making money. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, blah blah. I've been there. I've heard all those, and then you're not going to go after stuff because
Right.
you come belittled.
Yep.
But there's a fine line between like being supportive and also like logical and be like, like
I think it's in
that's
the
not like-
delivery,
that sounds
too,
a little
though.
way out there.
Yeah, but you're not gonna tell someone
it's in
like
the
grow
delivery.
the fuck up. Like that's never gonna happen. Or hey, you know what? Maybe you gave it a shot and it didn't work out. Maybe it's time to do something else. There's like
Yeah, let people try.
Well said,
Let
the
people
delivery
try.
is
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I have a question. Sometimes I notice this that when women talk about their dreams and stuff like that, they always focus a lot on the reaction that the man gives. Like I've had previous
Because
experiences.
we value
But
the
this is what I'm
support
saying,
and
though.
opinion of our
Okay,
partner, the
but
most
what I'm saying
important
is-
person to us.
What I was gonna say is,
And you're men. You
if-
should be providing that to us.
no, but let me finish. This is what I was gonna say. Like, let's say you tell me your dream or something, right? And if my immediate reaction isn't like, yeah, like cheerleader, like
Supportive.
100%, like yeah, it's like they're upset, like oh, you're not. Sometimes you got to think about it. You're laying some stuff on. You're like, as men, think logically, right? We do, think about consequences. This
I
and
get that.
I
and
think
then we'll be like, okay, I think we could do this. But if you don't react immediately, like, oh my god, baby, this is a great
If you're not
idea.
super excited and
Yeah.
immediately supportive right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Hey, we got a caller. Let me know when it's through.
Cool.
Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we're
Johnny.
doing good.
What's
What's
up,
going
John?
on,
What's up,
John?
everybody in the building?
What's going on? What
I
comment
want
do you have for us
I want
tonight?
as far as dating the OnlyFans model, that's probably a no. But I wanted to address what Jason said about monetizing the situation. On the other end, there's millionaires and possibly, at least high six-figure people talking to her. There's going to be, an indecent proposal going on. That's why I just feel like it goes beyond monetizing because it gets real deep. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Gabs tonight. You're doing a good job in there. Frank, what up? Julio, what up?
What's up,
John?
What up?
Hi,
John.
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 Keep doing your thing.
Hey, John.
Thank you, brother.
I
Hey,
think
now, we can link.
I think with
All right.
with any business, what's going to happen is what you allow, right? So like with anything, if you go into OnlyFans, it behoove you to have a business plan. I'm dead serious. And the research I've done, so you have to know up front, what will I allow? What am I going to do? What will I push the envelope? I mean, girls are making, I just watched a thing where a girl made consistently $350,000 a month.
A month.
She's not worried about the millionaire. So I think it is
$4
what
million
you allow.
Over $4 million a year.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And so, I agree and disagree with you, but I think it's a great point that you make.
I mean, you don't know until you
All right.
get that proposal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That
So
offer.
thank you, John. Have a great night. We love you. We appreciate your support.
Thank you,
Great
John.
points. Great points.
I want to
bro.
reel.
Y'all take it easy.
I want to reel this back in. So 52% of 52% of men said no, it's not cheating. 48% said yes. They the ones that said it is, it's because it's personalized interactions, just what Jason said.
52 said no, it's not.
What did
Yep.
the women say?
That's
It's making connection. It's shocking. The statistics on this is
I
so
feel
shocking.
dirty.
Men are oblivious.
I feel
That's
a little dirty on
And
that.
the naughty DMs. So yeah, a lot of people do consider it cheating, but a lot do not, and it's very interesting to me.
Wow.
Which doesn't surprise me with this that most male users of the 69% are married. I do think, like with a lot of things in the realm, and I can only say this from working at Hooters, it can affect the way you think about men.
Yes.
It can do, I don't want to say damage because that's a big word, but it does affect the way you think about men because some of the things I saw at Hooters, and Hooters is a restaurant. It's not even going down the road of, but it's part of that, right? It's
It's in that realm.
it's the nice, really nice, what people, nice push part of it, right? But I saw things that went on, or guys would hit on me, and then, the next week they come in with their, and I turned down their wife
see, I
and
don't
their
know if I could
kids.
do that.
And so
Lots of people.
I was in my young
couldn't.
20s.
I couldn't.
I was in my young 20s and naive to this. I really was naive to this. And I was like, wait, guys do this? But people get married and then they stay together forever. I was still in that, fantasy world. So I do think in that way, just seeing some of the things, and that's not downing Hooters. I love Hooters. I would work there the rest
No,
of
it
my
has
life
nothing
if
to
I
do with
could.
that. You talk about the behavior of
It's
of
some of the
men.
The
Yeah.
clientele.
how they can go in there.
Or-
But see, to me, that's just so disrespectful.
Or
to your
behavior
partner.
of people over the years that I've seen in certain situations where it's shocking to me. So I do think some guy, I did find this funny. Some guy said it's bad for humanity. I was like, well, that's extreme.
I mean,
There's a huge argument online right now about whether porn in general is bad for humanity.
there's
studies
research that has proven.
Yeah,
it is.
proven
It
that's
is.
really
Yeah.
toxic.
Psychologically, it's
Yeah.
really bad.
But the thing about porn is there's no interaction. It's just you see it, you do what you do. Going into Hooters, OnlyFans, there's that interaction back and forth. So I think that's where it's taking the step to the next level of, is that okay? Is that flirting? Is that, what are you looking for from a man standpoint going into Hooters or having an OnlyFans
I think
subscription?
people have this discussion because, again, sex in this country sexual attitudes are based off religious beliefs.
Very taboo.
And the same, I can promise you from working in the corporate world too, the same things go on in the corporate world, the cheatings and the naughty and the this and the that. It's just, it's like, oh, whatever, it's just at work. But if that went on at a strip club and OnlyFans, and so I don't know. I think it's a deep dive into a psychological discussion
definitely, big time.
Morally ambiguous.
I don't want to take tonight, but I think I could continue the OnlyFans discussion. And I really would like time to gather and get women on that are currently on, whether it's Zoom or call in or in person, or that have been on, and how they think it's affected them. I mean, you watch TikToks and some girls said it affected them really, really badly.
I mean, I'm sure it puts your like morals, your standards, your character,
Tests
test.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you have to look, what we always talk about, right? Always look in the mirror to see who you are, what
That's
you're
right.
willing to do. Like,
It's
and we all work on that. Like, what have you worked on, like, in the past year, Jessica, in terms of, like, being a better person, like, quality-wise, like, that you put into, put that work in?
I did put a lot of work in.
Yeah,
You didn't
did.
ask Julio what
Yeah,
he
you
thought.
did.
Would you have an
My
OnlyFans
biggest.
girlfriend?
We went last week. We
We
went.
already know
He said
everything
he
I
has
did.
already broke up with one and is trying to find another one.
Sweet.
I
Ladies
mean,
of OnlyFans, call Julio.
yeah, I think for me, working on stuff, the biggest thing for me was, just becoming more self-aware and setting boundaries. And again, I want to be clear. I am a no judgment zone. You get one life. Do what you got to do. If you're not hurting anybody else, and if somebody's husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever we want to call it, is on there, that's their choice. That's your problem with your partner, not the girl that's on OnlyFans. That's still going to be there regardless. So I think we need to focus more on our relationships. I do not judge any person or girl on OnlyFans. Make that bag, and good for you. Good
that
for
money.
you.
Nice.
And they're
Get that
still
money.
human beings, and stop dehumanizing girls that do the oldest profession in the world.
Straight up. Yes.
Strippers,
Yes.
soldiers.
Yes.
And
You don't
what?
have to agree with things people
Yes.
do, but you don't have to dehumanize them. They are good people. There's some of them that are doing it to support kids. You have no idea people's backstories. And so, just like I always say, women, stop being mean to women. Stop dehumanizing people because you don't agree with something they do, unless it is like hurting.
As long as you're not touching kids and hurting animals,
Right.
do whatever you want to do.
Nothing
Like truly, I don't
I'm
mean
sure there's something
killing
else in
anybody.
there, but
Well,
yes.
not killing
Yeah.
anybody. But
Yeah. No, I mean,
you.
hurting anybody, period. I mean, yeah. So we'll hopefully revisit this in the next 6 months.
After we open our own OnlyFans, we'll have more information.
Once I'm
for
done
y'all.
my
Dude, we're gonna make
OnlyFans.
so
No, I
much
do
money.
not have an
Oh, yeah.
OnlyFans.
I'll let you know how many
Yes.
people date me after I open an OnlyFans.
I don't have one, but you never know.
How much would you charge?
I will pay $19.95.
I'm charging $50. Y'all all
Nice.
better subscribe.
Oh, speaking
Yes.
of all that, what was that meme that was sent that reverse OnlyFans where I keep sending you like picture of my balls and my dick and you have to pay me to stop?
John is losing it right now.
That's great.
Oh, I know why that came up, because I asked if my girlfriend, it's for a show.
I don't know why that's so funny. Just keep texting dick pics.
Yeah, like, here's 50 bucks. Stop sending it.
I asked one of our girlfriends on group messenger, I'm like, do guys send you dick pics? I've only gotten one unsolicited dick pic in my life, and I've never solicited one. And that's how that whole discussion came up. I think somebody sent the meme, like, I'm just going to keep sending them.
I'm literally crying right now. I don't know. Why
John,
I'm
you
so
like that
ready
one?
for that.
If they sent that to me, they'd be barking up the wrong tree. I'd be like, keep them coming, baby.
Yeah, you like them? You don't mind them?
Okay,
Unsolicited.
really,
I
like,
don't
change
mind
the
it.
angle,
She just
change the
invited-
lighting,
She
please.
just-
I just like.
She'd be like,
to
cup them,
watch. I
please.
just think
Gabriella
it's
just
She just
invited
opened up
the
a whole
whole
can of worms.
area. So,
Yeah,
I can
Gabrielle.
tell I was like,
So,
draw a
Gabby-
mustache on one for me.
Please.
Guys, be quiet. Go ahead, Jeff.
She just opened
be
up a
quiet.
whole can of worms. If people find her on social media now, guess what she's going to be getting in the next couple
Oh my
days.
God.
She's gonna be broke.
Good thing we gave your fake name out.
No, I would never pay. I would just let it keep on coming.
keep it
I
coming.
find it entertaining.
So, do you get a lot of unsolicited dick
No. In fact,
pics? Would you be? Hold on, real quick. Let me ask. But would you? It's different
you
if
want
you
them?
solicit.
Do you want that?
I think she made it clear that she
I
wants
do
that.
ask guys, and I still don't get them. Like, I ask and I
Interesting.
do not receive.
We need to go a GoFundMe.
Jason will gladly send you a dick pic.
Okay. I'll give you my number after the show.
Oh God!
Make a group chat so we can make sure it happens.
Oh my God. So my coworkers are going to be watching this too. Holy shit.
God!
Yes, people at work do
But-
not send them. Do not send them. I'm telling you right now.
No, you can send them to
HR
me
is
too.
like on
Just
the-
don't be weird next time I see you.
Don't be
I
weird.
got nothing. Fucking nothing.
The mic is just dropped.
The conversation at the copy is going to be fire.
I think this mic is too expensive for me to literally
All
drop.
right, Julio, make sure you order the lights.
Okay, time out.
You know, all the
Gabby,
stuff that I need
all right,
to
time
send
out,
this
guys, time out. So, would you? So you don't care if they're unsolicited. So you ask for them. It's okay if somebody just sends you a dick pic. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, okay, wait. Let me qualify this and say I'm not on any dating apps, but when I was, occasionally you would get, you know, an unsolicited dick pic.
Nobody
and I found
ever
it
did this to
entertaining.
me.
Or Richard.
I found it entertaining. It's whatever. You know, I did put in my bio, you know, don't send them to me because I was there to find a partner. Right?
Oh, you have to put
But-
that on a dating app?
Yes,
If a guy
absolutely.
sent me
a
you
dick
have to
pic,
put that
I
on a
would-
dating app. That has to go
I
in your
would
bio, like in
light-
caps, in the front with like the big red emojis, capture their attention. Like, do not send me. But you know,
So
if,
if
I'm
it's
not
not
looking
on there,
for
it
a
means
partner,
send them.
I don't know. I can't speak for everybody
I'm
else.
back on the Tinders, by the way.
Oh,
Oh my God, I
no.
want to see your profile.
Oh,
Can I see
I've been on. I just turned it on Discoverable, but now I was just like, fuck
I have
it.
so many questions. Well,
I have to
that's one.
force
If I'm-
myself to date.
But do
if
you
I'm-
actually like how? Because most.
All right, Frankie,
most
I
people
gotta
say they
stay
don't
on
like how
topic.
they look. Do you actually like how dicks look?
Yeah, I think they're really interesting. It's not sexual for me at all. Like, it's really not sexual. I just find it entertaining. Like the voyeurist aspect of it is just so much better than TV or anything else. Like, I can't.
All right, calm down, calm
Why?
down.
better
Breathe, breathe.
content than
Breathe,
that.
Gabriella, calm down.
I'm not
Calm
even-
down.
Hold on.
So this comes back to the question of real versus AI. Is it as interesting to you if it was an AI dick that you were looking at?
Because you can make those be totally different and weird. Like, you could do totally alien shit with AI. Like,
Yeah, but
send me some crazy.
but you can have an
AI
artist
pics.
do that. I mean, there's just,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
rate
not the
them on
real
a scale
stuff.
of 1
I
to
don't know.
10.
This is how I find out she does like fanfic.
All right, if you get 10
No,
dick
I don't
pics,
have enough time.
if you get 10 dick pics after the show, I will not look at them because I
Oh, you don't want to see?
Oh fuck no! I cannot stand. I got the one, and when guys are like, "Oh, you want a dick pic?" I'm like, absolutely fucking not. When I want to see your wiener, I want to see it in person. That's it.
Let's go old
Most
school.
of them
I
are
have a
beforehand.
trench coat in the car.
Most of them are not pretty. I don't, and they.
But
Ew.
that's half the fun too.
But if somebody sends unsolicited, and one person told me a friend sent her an unsolicited dick pic, I was like, that would be friendship over. I feel
I think
disrespected.
that would be that would be disrespectful. You're right.
I feel
Jess, you just
disrespected.
said you don't think they're good looking, right? I've had women tell me like
I'm not
compliment-
saying
like
that-
compliment
wait,
my
wait, wait.
You were
thighs.
gonna say you've had people send
Yeah.
you dick pics.
How did the show?
That's what you were gonna say too.
Show went from OnlyFans to dick pics.
click click.
Go ahead, Jeff. Oh,
No, I was just laughing at you. Yes. Although I was thinking, you said show me the real thing. What if they come up and smack you in the face with it instead of
Hell
sending you
no.
a dick pic?
Hell no.
Is that, would you prefer
wanna,
that?
No, I meant I would be dating them or at least
Oh,
hooking up
okay,
with
you had to
them. And I want to
clarify.
see. Sorry, my bad. The reason I like them is when the few I have seen, one sent to me and then some sent to my girlfriends that we all pass around because we think it's funny. Like they take the worst pictures or they're like
Yeah.
the worst angles. It doesn't mean the dick
Be
itself
artistic
is
with it.
ugly. It's just like, bleh.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
the worst possible pic of your. Don't be doing that to get dates.
Yeah, there was a meme I saw of a guy, and it was you just saw his like stomach, and he didn't trim. It was just like this. It was same. Be artistic with it. Put some effort into that. When women send you
There was some
nudes,
glitter on that bad boy.
women take the time to pose. Women will take
I don't send
multiple
nudes.
before they send them to you. I mean, at least do us
I
the
don't do that
courtesy in
either.
return. Yeah, I heard that episode too. I remember that.
I don't do that. And I don't do it because every guy friend I've ever had has showed me all the nudes of the girls, and I know what guys do.
Show me those too.
And I don't want to
Frankie,
be a part of it.
Julio, have you ever gotten an unsolicited vagina picture? Ever?
That's such a good
Because I have
question.
never fucking gotten a vagina from a hot chick ever in my life.
Unsolicited.
Period.
I
don't send those.
Unsolicited, not a single
Jeff,
fucking
have you gotten
time.
an unsolicited? If
Have you?
anyone has, you would.
Yeah, from people that I'm like hanging out with or dating or whatever.
Well, no,
No, but-
unsolicited.
but
like,
Yeah,
Can we see after
like,
the show?
yeah, but it's still unsolicited. I mean, I was like at work and I got a
Jeff gets
a
all
text
that
and I'm
girls.
like, whoa.
I'm saying from a
See why?
random.
hey, you want to meet up later tonight? I guess
but have
that's
you
what
already
you're saying.
seen it before?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just
Javier,
a
we really
random
it's
out of the
Jeff.
blue. You've never seen it. She just sends you a picture of her cha-cha.
No. I
Doesn't
knew the
happen.
person,
Doesn't happen.
but yeah.
Doesn't
You
Girls
make a
won't.
new
Well,
friend-
I
you
mean,
make
if
a
I was
new
Brad
friend-
Pitt, they might, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I wouldn't send my vagina to Brad Pitt ever. I wouldn't send it to anybody.
But lots
Yeah,
of girls
I wouldn't
would
send my
though.
vagina either. I never take those.
well, hold on. I wouldn't send a picture of my vagina. I would
I mean,
take my
but
whole
do
ass
most-
self to Brad Pitt.
But then
Yeah.
again,
Right.
I don't think most women think their vagina. They don't really look at it
Yeah.
and see that it's pretty or this or that. They don't think-
I mean, I think it's pretty, but
I'm
I'm,
just saying
still
it's-
not taking a picture
I
of
should have
it.
brought
But
popcorn
I
for
think
this
as a guy,
episode.
I mean, as a guy's more like, yeah, my dick. You know,
Yeah.
A woman that say, yeah, I got a nice vagina.
This has definitely
I
been the
love-
most porno episode
Well,
I've
I
ever
love
had.
a
well, see,
beautiful
like
shape
with guys,
and cut
you can be
and-
Sorry, Jess. I think it's my
creative.
fault.
You know, you can get a box. Make a hole in the
can
box.
get a box.
And then
No
put your dick in
pun
the box,
intended.
and the next thing you know, you just make her open the box, and
Oh.
best dick pic ever.
I saw the most beautiful ring today. It was custom, and it opened. It was a locket ring, and inside was a diamond carved in the shape of a dick. And the first thing I thought was, I need that. I need that ring. It's so
amazing.
pretty.
I thought you would say like a dick ring.
No, it was a dick in the
I
box.
thought she
ring.
meant a cock
And
ring.
I know, that's the way I thought it was going too.
Anyways,
I kind of feel bad even talking about any other subject now. I don't know how to.
we
Coming
can
soon.
pivot. I'm so sorry.
No, that's how the show should be. Conversational. That's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We don't even have to get
Well,
into
if we've
breakups
only-
tonight.
We've
If it
only
makes
reached
you
the tip.
happy, watching porn and looking at dicks is something that made me happy after my breakup. That's one of the things that I did to keep myself sane and bring myself joy.
Hold on. I want to be
John,
clear.
I think I found my client that's gonna send me 67,000 a month for my dick pics.
My fucking
But I
cheeks,
Remember when he
dude.
mentioned that one client? That,
I know.
My
that
cheeks
sent
hurt,
that-
bro.
John mentioned that one client. He thought it was like 30,000 he had spent in a month, and it turned out to be 67,000.
Oh yeah. One client.
Spent on what?
So on an OnlyFans. So anyway,
Yeah, one client.
be clear. I don't.
You're gonna be
I
that
like-
client.
Please stop.
Okay, guys, please. Can't run a show when no one will listen.
I'm listening.
So I don't have anything against porn. Whoever said that? Who
No, I
thought
don't
I
think
have
No one said
nothing
that.
against porn
Yeah.
and I definitely watch porn. I'm very upset Virginia makes you put in the license now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
And-
license,
Glenn Young.
yeah,
Yeah,
driver's
Pornhub.
license. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
you got to verify your
You have to
age.
verify. I won't do it anymore. Pornhub has ended for me because I'm
Fuck
not
this, I'll
putting
drive out
my
of state for
license
porn.
in
And
there.
that's why they did it, to discourage people, because
Yeah.
they won't take the extra step to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will never.
Hold on. What?
I'm sure that John could probably tell you what sites to go to that you don't have to put in your ID.
I was on a site without the
fuck
ID
that. I
the
don't
other day,
put
and
my
all the
ID
porn
in.
sites.
Let's list
Yeah.
them off. Top 10 right now.
Yeah.
My
forget
tech
what it
guy,
was.
John Caniford, where should we go?
You need the
Are we allowed to say it on air?
XNXX
I'm
still
not- I'm not
active.
giving away
Oh
my
yeah, still
secrets.
Alex is going hard.
He's not giving away his secrets.
I'm
Oh
not
my
giving away
god.
secrets. There's no way in
RedTube.
hell I'm giving my ID to get a
RedTube's
porn
alright.
access. It's just there's no.
No.
If you give it out on
It's
air,
not.
then
In
Virginia's going to
Virginia,
hear
it's
it. Then they're
Virginia
going to
will
shut
block
it down.
Yep.
I got you. Sorry about
guard
that.
those
Pornhub,
secrets.
Anything like that right now, Virginia.
Yeah.
Tell you any extra
We'll send them in the
steps
group
will
chat.
like discourage you. Like even if I see like free subscription for OnlyFans, and then it's like, put in your credit card information. I was like, man, I'm
Right.
gonna do that even
How
if it's
free
for
is that? Yeah.
That extra step is like, I'm done. Whatever.
So we were going to talk about breakups tonight, but I think I'm going to negate that discussion because we're already 10 from 15 maybe. No, that's fine. I like this. Is the playback on this is going to be fucking amazing.
We can talk about
Dicks,
breaking up with our
OnlyFans,
obsession of OnlyFans.
vaginas.
How I broke up with my OnlyFans
It's
subscriptions.
like, yeah. How long did it take you to recover to cancel your subscriptions?
Oh yeah, that's such a good point.
So There was a lot. I usually start with some news going around, and I wouldn't get to a subject. But a couple things were in the news this week. I was trying to do it different a little bit this week, make it more conversational. So, Gabby, it was perfect. Don't apologize at all. That was fucking perfect. Trust me. I love it. I just know when all of you are talking, nobody's going to be able to hear it in playback. So I try to time everybody out. So in news this week, there was the Oscars. And keeping on subject with all the sexualization we're doing here tonight, did everybody see the Vanity Fair after party and all the proper areolas through the dress? Like, that was the thing. Did anybody see this, guys?
I don't know how that was possible.
So it was the Vanity Fair after party, and
Free
one of
nipple.
my, Carrie Ann and I were talking about, I always talk about the fashion. Oscars is one of my favorite things to watch. And I didn't watch it. I watched the soccer game with you two. But I went and watched all the TikToks of the fashion and all that. And at the after party, a ton of these girls had dresses. I was like, oh, I didn't see that. And I went and saw like the posted pictures and like just full areola, like as part of the dress, like not poking through, but not like cute sheer where there's some, mystique. And I was like, do guys like that?
It was
like
just a see-through dress.
It's areola season, boys.
So I'm trying to pull it up because I
was
saw
gonna
what
say,
you're
you're-
talking
you're
about,
looking up
but
the
it's
picture.
not.
It's-
But it's not what it was.
go to Elite Daily on
Okay.
Instagram, and they
I just
have
type
like
in areola
3
on TikTok, it
pictures,
shows up?
and there were just a lot of areola, and I was like, I like some see-through type stuff, but I like there to be some mystique. So like Kendall Jenner's dress was more sheer, but right there it was still darker, but it was still super sexy and hot. As to where this was, I'm looking at you, your dress is beautiful, and then there's your 2 areolas. And it was several, so it's a thing.
Do you guys like that?
Yes.
Duh.
I mean, yeah,
Quick with the
but
quickness.
I didn't find
I
it.
don't know. I think
I didn't find that
has its place,
attractive.
though. It has its place.
not at the.
Right?
I think if a sheer dress and it just had like a little bit of blackout right here is much more attractive than this dress. And then I see your areolas. Like some of it was all sequenced and you see the areolas. I'm
I'm
just
not
like,
gonna lie. If they're pretty, they're pretty.
oh, I have nothing against them. I just didn't
And if
find
they're
it
ugly,
very.
I'll be like, okay, my judge, my call would be like, you don't have, no.
I didn't
that was
find
pretty-
it-
Okay, then it's good.
I didn't find it very fashion forward. Like I was like, this is not, and I can, you know me, no holds barred with my dressing, especially festivals and vacay, Miami and DC. I was good for Flash, except my boob kept falling out. So I had
Yeah.
to
Oh my
change-
God, that was so funny.
I had to change shirts. Thank God.
Right
I
there
always,
on the dance floor. She pulled it off right there in front of the DJ booth.
I didn't pull my. Hold on.
No. Pulled off the move. Pulled off the switch.
I thought you meant pull off.
Jessica, since I wear
clarify
tiny,
that.
since I wear tiny little tops always, I had this top on, but it kept sliding. I didn't put boob tape. It kept sliding, and I was not on purpose flashing people, which is fine. I don't give a shit. And I always put a little extra shirt in my bag, always. So I pulled out a little. She's like, "You have another shirt?"
It was like Felix's magic bag. I was like, what has she got in there?
And I had the ones with the chains and the black
was
thing, and
so
I just
cute.
pulled that over and then undid the other one right on the dance
Right
floor.
on
Nobody
the dance
saw.
floor, like magic. Nobody noticed or anything. It was awesome. You're my hero.
And you're the best hype woman for Jess right now. Like this is amazing. The dynamic between you two.
She's always been good to me. Gabby's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
We boated. I met her boating.
Motorboating?
She dated
I
one.
wish.
She dated
It's not
one.
much for me to motorboat or for her to motorboat, but I mean, if you would ever allow me.
She would motorboat me. I think
I
drunk.
think I have
I
once.
think you have on the boat. You
Yeah.
put your head in between my.
I swear the
You
content just writes
definitely-
itself. You know,
Definitely motorboated me.
Can you be any more excited over there?
Boobs are boobs.
Boobs are beautiful. Send me
Yeah,
pictures
I
of
Free
those
the
two
tatas.
unsolicited. It's all good.
She wants boobs and dicks, guys. Boobs
Yeah.
and dicks. Unsolicited pics. Oh my god.
Yo, that sounds like a rap song. Boobs and dicks
Send
and
them to me
unsolicited
too.
pics.
Not the dick pic. though.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
Jeff would like boob pics. I'm not sending shit.
I'm not sending them, but I'll gladly receive.
Oh boy. And then what does everyone think? And then we'll get into the little subject about Kate Middleton. Is she missing? Did she really have abdominal surgery? Did she have an affair and they're kicking her out of the royal family? Or what the fuck is going on? So back up and punt. I lived in England for 3.5 years. They put out a statement. Abdominal surgery, she'll be back Easter. It could have been plastic surgery. It could, because that takes a while to recover from, right? Easter's the week after my birthday. It's early this year.
It's like March 30th or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's it took me 2 months to basically recover from getting my face done. And anything tummy is much harder to recover from. But these conspiracy theories are fucking crazy. However, there is the one where she might have been having an affair with her sister's ex-boyfriend, and he just ended up dead. And that one is interesting to me. So any thoughts on this, guys? Just because it is literally flooding my feed on every social media app.
I thought it was a joke when I saw that. They were concerned that she had disappeared or something.
Yeah, I think
So
I trust the government. I think that she's recovering from surgery and she'll be back by
I love
Easter.
that. I trust.
okay,
the
now put your cue
Right.
cards down.
Nothing
Jason.
surprises me from that family.
After Princess
the-
Diana, yeah.
I mean,
I
come
didn't
on,
even know this was taking
royalty
place.
families.
I'm so behind.
What is it called? Royalty families.
Yeah.
The royal family.
The royal families from back in the day. They always did a lot of crazy
Okay, I
stuff.
love my British viewers, so let's be cool because they love their royal family.
Okay, you asked my opinion.
I'm just playing with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The royal family has been crazy for forever.
I mean, aren't they the ones that always have dark secrets and did a lot of
Absolutely.
stuff?
Absolutely.
So, it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't think she's dead. I think she probably actually this time. This is standard with the
What's her
statements
husband's
that they
name?
release.
The
William.
Prince Williams. I don't know. You ladies don't find him creepy?
That was Harry.
Yeah, I don't. I
find
love
him
Harry.
super-
I love Harry.
Yeah, I
It's
love
Harry or William. Which one's
Harry's
her
hot.
Which one's her husband?
William.
William, yeah. I find him really weird. Like
Harry's
not
hot.
even real. Like a robot, like a
Well,
clone. or-
He's
He's a
AI.
reptilian.
creepy.
Yeah.
He's a reptilian. His eyes blink this way.
Him and Zuckerberg.
spot on.
No,
Yeah,
Frankie,
we're about to
I
get-
agree with you 100%. There's a lot of dark secrets in the royal family.
Conspiracy culture.
I definitely, I think there's more conspiracies created by the public nowadays. I think they've had to be pretty forward with people because there's so much technology, so much payoff in selling secrets. They have to be more forward than they've ever been. I'm not saying there's not dark secrets. I think she's probably fine. Well, let's see if Easter comes and we see Kate Middleton out and about, alive and well. He didn't have his ring on the other day at an event, but that's not saying much. It depends on what he was doing at the event, blah, blah, blah. So let's just see. All
I
right,
don't know. There's
then.
only a couple of reasons why you shouldn't wear your ring.
Right.
Especially if you're that high of stature.
Right. That's
Like,
exactly
like
what I was thinking.
Like I would take my ring off when I was working construction because I did sheet metal and
don't
handling
wanna
that
crush
stuff.
it.
It gets cut there. My
You can
fingers
deglove
gone.
your whole skin. Yeah. If you
But
have a ring.
why
If
would
you're
he-
out at a banquet or a party
Yeah.
or
and if you're out in pub, especially if you're a public figure,
Right.
and then you're out and about, that ring is glued to my finger.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And then the other news was Kim Kardashian and Odell Beckham kind of medium launched their relationship. There's been rumors that they've been together.
I loved it, by the way. I do.
What?
I do. Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
I think he's
I like
awesome.
Odell Beckham. But now there's controversy here too, and more to come because
Already?
I love following. Well, so if you go back to kind of the timeline, it was the same of what they're saying it is, and I think Hulu, when the new season premieres, will get a better idea. And this will all come out anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
It's when he had the baby and left his girl, so it's kind of. And I'm not spreading rumors because I love Kim K. But let me tell you, if that's what took place, I'm like, girl, you didn't learn anything. And I've been putting her up here compared to when I didn't like her, and I'll be very upset with her if that's the case. Like, dude, but
I mean, I'll put her up there for certain things like business wise and stuff like that. But in terms of like relationships
It's
and
all
dating
publicity.
Right.
and all that,
I have a high opinion of her in terms of her social stances.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
what she
That.
advocates
I thought
for.
last season was the last season.
I love Kim Kardashian,
Yeah.
what she's doing, how she's leveled up. I agree with you
amazing.
100%. The family is a machine of business. She's super smart. But
It's
what
like
she's
$2
doing.
billion is what they're worth, or something like that.
That's
Yeah.
what just
Insane.
Kendall is worth. Just
Yeah,
Kendall
yeah.
is worth $2
Yeah.
billion.
No, Kylie.
Whatever.
Kylie.
I don't know their names. I
Kylie-
don't watch the Kardashians. I never have. And I
Other
don't
I,
watch
know,
the
I
royal
didn't
family
used to,
either.
but now I do. And I love what she is doing, getting
I don't
people out
watch
of
any
prison.
TV.
I like Courtney.
Oh yeah,
That's 'cause
except-
she's a good
Courtney's my
Aries
favorite.
woman like me.
Courtney's my favorite of them all. Courtney's my favorite. I love her.
All right. So getting to the final thing. So Kristen Cavallari, we kind of touched on this last week, and she hard launched her 24-year-old boyfriend. And Kristen Cavallari is 37,
37,
or 30,
37.
37.
Yeah.
He is 24 from the Montana Boys. If you don't know who she was on Laguna Beach and the Hills. She was married to Jay Cutler. They divorced April of 2020, so almost 4 years.
Yeah, she's at 4 years.
What's a
yeah.
Montana boy?
They are a TikTok, like basically a TikTok collective that's found huge success, and now they're moving to Nashville. And she told the story. I had you guys listen. I think I sent it to everybody, to the podcast about how they met and how that happened. And it was a very interesting story. But besides that, she has taken a lot of heat for the age difference, a lot of heat because it's 13 years. And
It's nothing.
Frankie, I'm going to tell you what it was interesting what they said on the podcast because her main criticism, and I went down and read all the comments, and is coming from other women, of course. So her co-host went down, and I found this interesting. And
It is so
guys,
funny.
don't hold me accountable for this.
It's funny.
But he went down and looked at all the people saying mean things versus nice things and being supportive versus hate and unsupportive. The people that were being supportive were mostly good looking, and the people that were being unsupportive either didn't have a profile pic or were not good looking.
Shocker.
Gasp.
Well, I wasn't.
Haters.
I know, but I hate like you. But I was like, I found that interesting. What do you think, Frankie?
Yeah, Huda and I were listening to it, and when I came up, we just laughed. I just laughed. I mean, it's a reflection. The way we criticize people is always a reflection on yourself. You know, to
Bingo.
me, I've had crushes on older women. I've had crushes on younger women, and I don't think there's you think there's still a stigma like when it comes to women dating younger. I don't think that's.
Oh, there's absolutely.
as bad
Okay,
it
as
used
someone
to
who
be.
dates younger, absolutely. So, and not that I don't date older. I don't count that out. But I mean, my last boyfriend was 8 years younger than me.
I think it's coming from other
relationship.
women, not from men, though.
Mostly comes from other women. And yeah, there is. And what gets me every time is men can go out and date a girl 20 years younger. I mean, I think George Clooney, it's the same age gap or more with
Leonardo
his wife.
DiCaprio, you can't even turn 25.
I know, exactly.
But once again, it's
I don't blame him.
Women doing that, though. Women bashing other women for it.
But either way, women aren't getting on there mostly. I mean, you have your women that's so gross. She's like a young girl, and that's always been the thing.
Yeah.
But it's acceptable in society.
Well, have you considered, though, that women are conditioned to judge age gap relationships because typically the age gap is where the man is older and the woman is younger, and
Well, that's
we
what I just said.
recognize the
Yeah.
power dynamic being negative in the woman's case. Like the women don't often benefit from those age gap relationships, so then the women are projecting that onto the women who do it.
I
to
think
men.
I honestly think through all these comments I read. So what I wrote. So I'll just give you my own personal experience on her clips yesterday.
Yeah.
I wrote, Kristen, I'll be 49. I tend to date younger. It's all about a vibe and energy to me.
Love is love.
I was like, I'm so happy for you. You do you. I love this for you. So user 9,400 whatever with no profile picture commented back to me. So what you're saying is you get banged by young guys to me.
Heck yeah.
And so I replied, I'm going to let you think whatever you want. And I refuse to respond to something so unintelligent and bully-like behavior. It's common and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it just shows you, even me saying it, I'm not a celebrity. So user 940 whatever came after me immediately. And well, yeah. And, you know, at the end of the
It was
day.
me, Jessica.
And agreeing with you, Frank, like from a man's standpoint, I've never looked at a friend who dated younger or older and been like, oh God, like it doesn't matter. From a man's standpoint, I never once looked at that.
Look, here's the thing. You could date somebody. I could go out right now as a almost 49-year-old
I
wown
know
and
it's your
date.
birthday coming up soon.
Woo, woo.
And Jason won't be there.
I could date a 50.
Bro, shut up, John. John's over there laughing too. Come on, dude. Sorry.
Continue, please
Jess,
continue.
you could go out there and
No, I won't. No, I think that's funny. I could go out there and date a 55-year-old, and it might not work out 2 months from now. I can go date a 26-year-old who was very nice to me at that Clarendon Ballroom, by the way, and I should have taken him up on his offer because he probably would have treated me better than most of the guys
Probably.
I dated, or at least been a little more consistent. Anyway, but the 26-year-old, and it could last for 10 years or forever.
Right.
I think. Yes. Do you have some things against you as a woman dating a much younger man? Yes, because I don't think men really get to that maturity mark of that switch off until after they're 29. However, emotional intelligence and how you connect is really unique to a person.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at all the relationships that fall apart now of all ages.
Right.
Well, anything could be like a fad, right? Like,
Right.
I'm into older women just because.
Well, yeah.
This and that,
And
then-
that's
Like
the hard
it's
thing
like
for
the kink aspect of
Yeah.
it.
And then when you get older,
preference.
you're like, she's too old. I've changed.
Going
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get younger
Well,
to check it off
and
the list.
Something else is that emotional intelligence is almost equally nature and nurture. Like
Yeah.
it's socialized. And that's why
100%.
women are typically more emotionally intelligent because we're socialized from a young age to be emotionally attuned to the folks around us.
Very true.
Men, nowadays, young men are being socialized in a lot of similar ways that women have been traditionally socialized. And so the younger generation of men are so much more considerate of how their actions
The really
affect
young ones.
you. The really young
The
ones,
real-
they give a whole fuck.
I told Frankie I've been talked to nicer and
Yep.
more respected, more
Yep.
consistent
Yep.
in terms of their pursuing. I haven't taken them up on their offer. All hot, by the way, guys out there that are watching that do this. You're all hot. I should have because they were much more men than most men at my 35 and over, at least in communication,
Yeah.
respect, and, that pursue me. So
And also lack of judgment. The younger men have a much more amenable perspective to huge variety of personal preferences, whereas older men tend to just be very set in their ways and very stoic. And
I think that's generational, though, too.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was
I think
gonna say that,
generational.
because I think so we had that movement, right, where women were independent, more active out in the world, working, and then so the guys probably that generation felt threatened, right? It completely
Yeah.
changed everything. So now that it's been a while,
men are used
now
to
the
it.
guys are getting used to it
Yeah.
and adjusting. Everything happens like that in phases,
Yeah,
right?
I just think this generation of men, Gen Z, Gen Y, and I only say that because I have a Gen Zer and I kind of collectively pay attention when they're all together.
Right.
And the way, I'm not saying all of them, of course. I think they're either off hinge or totally baby boomer mentality, right?
Yeah.
They're just going back to a classier kind of courting women. A classier attitude is what I notice. And my son, I'm like, if a girl has to pay for herself, I'll kill you. She can be generous to you
But I
in
think-
different ways. But anyway.
But it's both genders, right? Guys are starting to do that, and women are starting to be accepting of it again.
Yes.
Because for
Yes.
a while it was like being rejected, like I don't need you to open my door,
Yeah.
this or that. So then it's like,
Always open my door. Thank you. Always. I love it.
Pull out
You're
the
welcome
seat.
to
Same
open
thing.
my door.
Always.
I was shopping with my daughter.
I love it. It's not like I'm demanding it. I appreciate it so
Right.
much when a
And
man
it's,
does
but it's
that.
also taught. Like I was out with my daughter shopping, right? And I had my big pickup truck. So when we got to the car, I went to the passenger. I opened the door. She got in there, and I closed it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Thanks, Dad."
And
You know?
that shows your daughter an example of what should be happening.
How she should be
Right.
treated.
100%. But you're an excellent dad. Any thoughts on this, Jason?
I mean, spot on, like you were saying. I think 10, 15, 20 years ago, with women becoming more empowered, now they're teaching their sons, like you're teaching Nico and everyone
Yeah.
else, like this is how you should treat women.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I mean, I was raised by my mom.
Yeah.
So I always opened the door for her, made sure to help her carry in groceries because she, made sure I was taught that way.
It shows since you're abandoning me on my most important episode of the year.
God, dude, I'm done. I gotta go home.
Anyway, we have the big
I love you.
we have the big birthday episode coming up next week.
Next week.
That I will not be at.
We are going to talk about why are people keeping themselves single, because most people on that episode are single, and we're talking about lots of other stuff. And I will continue to put myself out there again and date and my younger boys, because you know what they say: save a grandpa, ride a fucking cowboy. Tune in next